Kieran, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Right, the mic's not hot?
They're hot now.
They're not hot.
They are.
No, so they're off.
No, they're on.
The mics are off. Yes, all right, that's where we go. Okay, so, episode 211?
Yes, it is.
As Cara just sits there patiently. Hello, Cara, welcome.
Hello, how you going?
I'm alright. Right, just finished a big day of work. How you doing?
Yeah, going well. Super excited to be here.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, you've just started your career in a way, and like not started your career. You've got a bit of a history, but then at the same time, like, you just released your first single today as well.
Yeah, second single. But
So
yeah,
second single.
Very, very.
See, I need to read the bios more.
But
It was so funny. I was talking to my mate the other day about it. My pal, like the girl I'm hanging out with, it was really funny. Like, we were talking about it, and she's like, "Don't you post the bios?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I post the bios, but sometimes I skim through it or I read it and then I have to come back to it." But yeah, so it's your second single.
yeah, second single. But yes,
Yeah, okay.
came out today, so very
Very nice.
excited.
Yeah. So, well, to start everything off, like every other episode, like every single episode almost. So, who are you and what do you do? And where did you begin?
Yeah, so my name's Cara,
Mhm.
and I'm very new onto the local music scene. But I was 20 when I decided this was the way I wanted to go about things. And yeah, so I first started getting piano and guitar lessons because at this point I didn't know anything. All I knew was that I had a passion for singing and I wanted to learn how to write and create my own songs. So I thought, what a better way than to accompany myself with an instrument. So I picked up piano and guitar, so I got lessons for that. And then it was the following year, I'm pretty sure, 2021 it was, I came across Lab 6.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Classic
so
Lab 6. Can
Lab
we pull that
6.
up if that's all
Yeah.
good, Kieran? Classic Lab 6. Like, Lab 6 has been around for a long time. And Jeremy?
Jeremy,
Yeah.
yeah, he's my production teacher. He's
Incredible.
amazing.
He
yeah.
knows what he's doing. And
He does
well.
know what he's doing,
Yeah.
and he's got a great ear, and he's just great at teaching, and he really knows how to work with his students, and yeah, I love working with him.
Yeah? So,
yeah,
in
that's it.
2021, you did Lab 6 then?
Yeah, so I did goes for 10 weeks, and it's 10 lots of 2-hour lessons.
Yep.
So that was basically just an introduction to Ableton.
Okay.
So that's the software program that I use.
Yep.
And from there, he was just, a very basic overview of how everything worked. And after that, I felt like I wanted to learn more. So I kind of bought like another 10 lots of 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that again. And throughout that, I started learning how to recreate some of my favourite songs at the time.
Really? Well, actually, like,
yeah.
the full structure. That's cool. What were
'Cause
some of those songs? Put you on the spot.
Yeah, no. So one of them at the time was Money Trees by
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Because, I've always loved his music, but I love that song. And I think being at the very beginning and, like you said, song structure, I didn't know how to go about anything. It's all good learning the program, but seeing it put into, action was a different story. So
Yeah.
I learned that, and then I did Numb by Hayden James.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Linkin Park and be like,
Yeah.
damn.
I'm really going through the genres. Yeah.
So Hayden James, Numb. Can we Google
Yes.
that? Because I know Hayden
Yeah.
James. I think I know that song. If you Google the lyrics, I'll probably know it. Hayden James,
Yeah.
Numb.
I loved this song at the time. Yeah, it was so great. I still love it.
Should I play the song?
No, we'll get copyrighted for it, unfortunately. But I think I do know the song. I think I might have to actually hear it, but we'll listen to it after.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so I did that, and then Never Be Like You by
Okay.
Flume.
Oh, yep.
And wow, he's a genius, that guy. I mean, the things he comes up with, even I was just looking at like the drum rack and all the different like instruments that he was putting into that, and I was just blown away. I was
Not
just like,
surprised. Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
the
this
thing
is
about it, right?
insane. I was like, when you hear it, you just hear like
Flume, yeah.
basic background, a little bit of drum beat. You have no idea how much actually goes into it. So that was a really good insight into all of it.
Yeah.
And then, from there I just started then kind of doing my own thing. I'd kind of got to a point where I knew enough of guitar, I knew enough for the production side. So that's when I started to think, okay, let's give this a go. Let's do my own thing. And that's when I wrote my first song, Wish I Knew.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But then, so like, you were doing music before 2021, or like that was like the very first, like when you first dived into it? Because you did choir, right?
Yeah, so that only came up afterwards. I did that in 2022.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so, but learning how to play guitar and piano was the first thing that I did. But no, very, very new to it all.
How was it learning the piano and guitar then? Like,
yeah, it was, I had known a little bit of piano, but very basic.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where I had written each individual note on the keyboard that I had. But I found that a lot easier than guitar, because that was very new, especially playing guitar. And it's like almost like patting your head and like rubbing your belly, like doing that at the same time, and then singing and keeping like up to beat with like the tempo and the metronome. Right? I know. So that really tested me, but yeah.
Shout out to Auntie Linda.
Yes, she's watching.
There you go. Yeah, Auntie Linda's watching, and Linda Rogers as well. Wait, or is that Auntie Linda?
Yeah.
Okay, that is Auntie Linda. Okay, no, that's fair. Well, there you go. Heart reacted that. A big shout out to you. So then, so you only so the piano was kind of difficult, but you wrote all the keys on the actual keys, and then the guitar was like quite complex, brand new instrument, right?
Yeah, brand new. Yeah. Piano, I think I started playing, like learning how to play like songs like by Birdie. I think one of the first ones. I think I did Skinny Love and People Help the People. And then I kind of felt
look at those. I've never heard of those songs.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think I've heard of Birdie though. I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah. No, those songs did so well, especially Skinny Love. It's a beautiful song.
That's cool.
Does it let you play this one?
And then go look up Skinny Love. Skinny Love. Okay, interesting. That's cool. She kind of looks like almost like an Amy Shark, or like who's Tash Sultana almost, where it's just like just chill, nice, like I don't know.
Yeah, her voice is angelic. It's really beautiful. But yeah, then I kind of just with that just kind of like was learning how to play other people's songs. But I think after I'd done the production course, I knew where I wanted to go and wanted to start doing my own things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just picked up the guitar. I still remember I was in my bedroom and I just looped this chord progression that I had going on. And then, that's when the lyrics for the chorus came out. So I think the first lyrics were, I wish I knew what had come with you and all those tears that came from loving you, and it just banged into my head.
Oh, wow,
and so then from there, I just kind of just kept singing. That took a bit longer, the process, because I think it was my very first one to write, and then I was just kind of building the story around that, and I felt that parts just came at different times. Like the bridge, I was literally doing the dishwasher.
The dishwasher?
I was unpacking the dishes, and it just that tune came in, and I just went straight to my voice memos, tapped and recorded it, and that's when I came up with that.
But so record the lyrics, or like recorded like the beat by
I was just like humming, and then I just kept humming, and then that's when the lyrics came to me.
Yeah.
So
wow.
It's a very interesting process. I think that's why I love this so much. Is it's just so different, and you don't know the direction that you're going to go in. It just like
it's pure creativity. Basically.
Yeah, it is.
So then, like, can we pull up the first single, and then we'll play it in the background?
Yeah.
And we'll like listen to the lyrics, and we'll like deconstruct it. But like, what was so what's the first single called?
Wish I Knew.
Wish I Knew.
Yeah.
And so, what was the theme behind it? Where did it come from? Like,
it's interesting because I really was just so focused on the guitar and what I was playing. I didn't really think about the lyrics, but I guess it's just looking back on a journey and thinking, well, I probably could have done without that, but I'm glad I'm in this position, and I'm able to look back on it and, you know, I've learnt my lessons. that's for
fair,
sure.
yeah.
But it was interesting because I actually wasn't intending in releasing this song. I went to show my production teacher and I played it for him. Initially, I just thought we were going to learn how to put it all together. And then I played it for him. He's like, so what's the plans for this? Are you going to release it? And I thought at that point, I was like, no, what? But then I thought, okay, I took it for a few months, worked on the guitar, took it to my guitar teacher. He's my session musician for my songs, and he just helps with all the dynamics and worked on my voice. And I went to Jeremy at the time. I said, this is before I'd looked into the choir.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm looking at getting vocal lessons. And he said, you won't believe it, we're actually just about to get a vocal coach in. Do you want to be her first student?
And was that Emma?
And that was Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had her on the podcast. She was incredible.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I've had her on the podcast before.
Oh,
before
yeah.
she moved. Because
Yeah.
she's over in Denmark or something now?
London, she's moved to,
Yeah.
So she's at one of the unis there. She's doing an incredible job. But
Yeah.
she's amazing. The things that she's taught me, I'll just take through this whole journey.
No,
I
that's
still
awesome.
listen to her voice memos.
Really?
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
So what was some of like the voice memos? Like what was like, how did she coach you? In a way?
Yeah, so I think some of the very first things she did was she gave me a few songs, and we would just go through like the very basics, because there's actually so much that goes into it that you wouldn't even think about.
That's it.
Like she talked about like, because when a lot of the time when you sing, your tongue will just retract backwards, and you know you have to have enough gap between like your teeth, you know, opening the back jaw, relaxing everything. So yeah, she was just kind of getting me to do all of that and different warm-ups. One of the things that it's a great technique, she would get me to sing a song and with my tongue out. And so because
With
to
your
stop,
tongue out.
yeah, and like hold it, so it would relax. Because when you, yeah,
that's difficult. Like.
It is, and it just like kept wanting to like go back, and eventually it just suddenly just decided no, gonna stay here. But yeah, she just came up with incredible techniques. I mean, if I didn't get it one way, she'd find 5 other different ways to just like keep showing me, and she was just able to really adapt and like improvise on the spot. Yeah, she was awesome.
So then, like, do you do like vocal range as well? So like, you know, from what is it like? When I interviewed her, I think it was like do re mi fa sol la ti.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
Yeah,
along the lines of that.
yeah. But
like, can you go quite high with your pitch singing, or like?
I can now,
Okay.
but I think that in conjunction with the choir, I really was able to increase my range. But originally, it was kind of around where my speaking voice is. But yeah, through just like the exercises, both of them like working together, I just was able to go suddenly higher. Even like I remember going in, and this was at the time that I just had started the choir as well. She said, this is really working for you, because she sits at the piano and she'll just go like, let's for example, you know, like D3 to, I don't even know myself. I just sing, but she got me to do thirds and fifths and octaves.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, so she would just like keep doing that with me, and yeah, I just eventually was able to go a lot higher, and now I'm starting to increase like my lower register, which is exciting because I feel that's kind of where I'm more comfortable, even though I like going high. I think singing at kind of like that alto,
Then
which is...
How do you complete the course? Is there like an assignment you have to finish or something?
Oh,
or?
with her?
Yeah.
Or... Oh, no, it's just like vocal lessons, so it's kind of like a self-paced thing.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
it's not like a full course. It's like, it is just vocal lessons, and you book them in as you want them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I think I was trying to do about once a week, and for about 6 months. I can't remember when I started, but it wasn't long before she then went to London.
Okay.
But yeah.
And then so the course was like the Lab 6 course was 10 weeks, did you say?
Yeah.
That's
So
a
I did the
one-on-one.
first 10 weeks.
Yeah.
That was in 2021.
Yep.
And then I started the next 10 weeks. But again, you don't have to go like...
Yeah, straight into it. You can have a break or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
So I did that. And then I think not long after that, that's when I met with Emma, and that was, yeah.
So then how would you, like, would you recommend Lab 6? And, like, what do you think overall?
Definitely. I would definitely recommend Lab 6. There's a few different instructors there, but he just has so many skill sets, and, you know, he can produce his own things as well as just be an amazing teacher. And I think, you know, I just have such a great time when I'm producing with him, and we're very like-minded. We both have that, you know, wanting to be a perfectionist in us, and we are on the same level. Like, we'll just be, like, for example, this recent song, if there's something we don't like, we just, like, instantly, like, pull a face. We're like, take that out there. But yeah, it's a great space, and they've just recently moved.
Yeah,
So,
I saw that. Yeah, because they've moved again now.
Yeah, so
They've downsized, right?
kind of. Well, he's taken over for someone else who wants to live like half the year in Italy and half in Perth. So he kind of like runs the studio now, but there's a few different sections. I think it's on the Friday, people from Whopper will come in and they'll do like some recording and things like that. So it's like a great space.
Yeah.
And yeah, parking's a bit difficult sometimes, I
That's
must
fair.
admit. That's the only thing. But yeah, I really like this space, yeah.
And so are you still doing it now as well? Like going there and like, are they still doing vocal coaching as well or anything? Or
Not the vocal coaching,
Yeah,
because
'cause
it was
Emma
really
left,
through
yeah.
Emma, and
Yeah.
then she left.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think it was taking a different direction, but then he realized that like solely he just wants to like produce his own stuff and
Yeah.
also help his students. So yeah, that's mainly,
No, that's fair.
yeah.
Do you go through like another vocal coach or anything like that? ever
No,
since, or?
mainly because I've got my choir now, so
Yeah.
that's huge to increase my range and just the strength behind my voice. And I just listen, like I said, to her voice memos, and I have like hour-long recordings, and she just like runs me through it. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool that you still have that stuff, that
Yeah.
material, so you can look back on it and reflect and actually still like learn or forget, you know, you've
Yeah.
gotten something, you can remember it basically.
I feel like I have her like voice in my head also, like, you know, telling me to, you know, relax my jaw and things like that. Like, I know I'm able to identify myself, whereas like before I purely relied on her to tell me how it was going. But she taught me so much in such a short amount of time that, yeah,
No, that's
she's
fair, then.
incredible.
So I just had a watch notification from a young lass who's just she just asked me, so more about the choir. How did the choir come
Yes.
into everything?
Okay, so
Because like you went to Lab 6 and you did all that, and
Yeah.
you did your first single there, and then so now like in between your first and second single, you've snuck into a choir. Like,
yeah, so it was 2022, but at the end of 2021, I'd started to think about how can I kind of just get more confidence with singing in front of other people. And my auntie was a part of this indie pop choir, and she recommended it to me. And as soon as I just read the description, I was like, this is for me. Like,
what was the
this is
description?
perfect. It was just like, basically, there was no pressure to really be the best of singers, and it was just, I could see that it was going to be such a welcoming environment. And I loved that it was indie pop, because I think a lot of choirs
yeah.
can do like, yeah.
When you said choir, I was thinking like, are you doing Christian songs? Or?
Everyone thinks everyone
thought that was
always thinks
choir,
that.
like,
Yeah, no, because
yeah.
you think of like,
Catholic, or
yeah,
your
singing
religious
in
choirs.
churches,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of choirs are. So this is a really interesting and like great one to be a part of. But yeah, so there was a wait list, but I had applied to be in soprano, and luckily I did that
Soprano?
because I know these are things I didn't even know
So
of.
it's
But
not Soprano with the S though, not the TV show, right?
no.
The Sopranos.
But so you've got alto, which is kind of like speaking range for a female voice, and then soprano is just like the higher one.
Okay.
And then you've got soprano 1 and 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you pulled it up here. So
There you go.
ah,
you got
so
like
mezzos,
mezzos,
soprano.
contraltos, basses. Yeah, I love listening to.
See, like, I love music, but I never
Bass-
learned any
no.
of this stuff. Like, it's so complicated
I know.
sometimes.
I know. But yeah. So luckily there weren't like soprano was a lot easier to get into, because I talked to some people, they were on the wait list for about 2 years, and because there's about, when it comes to the summer season, there's probably about 100 of us.
Really?
Big choir, yeah.
That's a huge choir.
It is
I
huge.
thought a choir is like 8 people. Wow.
I know. No, you can have people like smaller groups. It's a massive choir. Yeah.
It'd be good to like network and socialize and all sorts of
Amazing.
stuff, right? Because
Oh,
when
yeah.
like when it comes to summer, you got 100 people in like
I know.
right, you group go there and you group go there, and like
Yeah.
the way they set it up, and you meet people, you network. Like,
Yeah,
it'd be
I mean,
fun, like,
I'm still meeting people. Like, I've been there for a few seasons now, and I'm still coming across new faces and like talking to different people, because there's just, you've got your own sections, but there's
But then, so what is classified as a season then? So it's just like through summer or through winter, or
yeah, we have both.
Okay.
So winter one typically runs from about April through to, we just did our performance at the end of July. So, and then we have a little bit of break, and then summer, I think it starts September or
Okay.
something like that, and then runs through to
yeah,
January,
or February
thing
or
like
something.
that. Yeah, and you have a
Jan,
little bit of break, but yeah.
Okay.
And you can just opt into, you can either do both. I mean, last year I was in Europe, so I didn't do the winter one, but then I came back and did the summer one. So
Yeah, nice. Okay.
really flexible.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I can imagine. But
yeah.
like, so how long like is a session? Would you go for an hour or something, or like, how long are you singing for?
Yeah, well, so all of our practices are on the Monday night,
Okay.
our rehearsals. So that's great. It's a great way to start the week. And we'll go from 7 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then they also have people in the choir who create practice tracks, because there are a lot of people who work full time. They can't always make it to all the rehearsals, and it's just a great way to learn. So they'll upload it. They've even created like a little an app for us to go to now. So
That's
it's got all of
cool.
our, yeah, it's amazing what they put in behind the scenes, but I've got like
Because-
all the different sections. You just like listen and
Yeah, because I thought it was just singing in a church.
yeah.
That's what I kind of thought it was.
Honestly, we practice at Perth Modern.
Perth Modern?
Yeah.
What was Perth Modern? What though?
High school?
Oh, it's a high
Yeah,
school.
Perth
Okay.
Modern.
Sorry, I'm from Bustleton, so.
That's so fun. That's
Yeah.
so fun. But
That's
yeah,
why I'm
Perth
like,
Modern.
Perth
It's pretty
Modern?
prestigious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a pretty prestigious school.
Yeah. Oh, even on the podium, I think it says. I can't remember, but yeah, it's not easy to get into, and yeah, I mean, I remember looking. They have like this plaque, and it's the people who got 99 ATARs, like the 99 ATAR club. And it's just names like written, like just keeps going, and
Really?
yeah, they really excel at that school. But yeah.
School with this guy.
Really? But sweet, you didn't go to Perth Modern though.
No, I went to primary school.
Nice. Well, there,
What are
you
the
go.
chances?
There you go. Why is it also in Chinese?
I don't know about that one.
That's strange.
Prestigious.
Perth Modern Chinese uniform map Chinese. Like, okay. Interesting. I wonder
But-
if the computer thinks we're in China or something, maybe. but yeah, let's go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, because yeah, the person who runs it all, she teaches at that school, so we're able
That
to
makes
hire
sense.
and rent that
Yeah.
space. So that's great to have that.
How is it?
but
How
yeah.
is she as a teacher? Is she a good teacher?
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
old, young. or
Everyone
like-
young, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're all. I mean, I'm the youngest person in the choir,
Yeah.
so I'm 23, and I think most people are kind of like maybe like late 20s all the way up to 60s.
Yeah. Wow.
So
See, that's why I
Yeah.
thought the teacher would be old, because I don't know, choir,
Yeah,
like
I
churches.
know. This is
like-
what I
Yeah.
people. That's why whenever someone asks me, like, I'll be like, I'm part of a choir, a cool choir, like an
The
indie
cool
pop choir,
choir,
like
yeah.
songs that you would know. I mean, for the last summer season, we did "Bury a Friend" by Billie Eilish.
Okay.
So we do like pretty like modern songs
Yeah,
and things
that's
like
cool,
that.
man.
So yeah,
What are some of your favourite songs that you've done through them? Like the Billie Eilish song? But,
Yes.
But then any others
that
at all?
was my favorite. Oh, recently, we did this one. I think it's Flagpole Sitter or something like that. I've definitely heard it before. That happens with a lot of these songs. I'm like, I've heard this before.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. The same thing with me when I go out and about. It's like, I know this song.
Yeah.
I swear I have this on my laptop, but then I can't think of it though.
But yeah, that one and Ride This Feeling.
Ride This Feeling.
Yeah, that was a beautiful song.
Who's that? Ride This
Don't
Feeling?
ask me.
I don't think I
honestly.
know that one.
I just
actually.
rock up and learn the songs. Like, that's the most I can do. But
How was it on your first day? And like, so joining it was pretty straightforward, very simple.
Yeah.
Like, do you have to pay a deposit or a fee or anything?
yes,
or?
you just do like it's not too much of a fee just for your summer and winter, just to, I
Yeah.
guess, cater for the
That's it.
renting space, performances,
Yeah, that's good.
everything like that. Yep,
Oh, Kate Miller.
that's the one.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of her before.
But
Woke up this morning and made a pot of coffee. I went out the stairs.
Again, that was a song that I heard and I was like, I know this song.
Yeah,
I know,
okay.
I know this one.
I have to throw this in some of my sets. But no, that's kind of cool. So then we were talking about before we went live though. So you've also done like, gone on little mini adventures with the choir though, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of this like? I never knew this until the other day. Until you know, like my friend told me like this is what choirs do. But like, yeah. So what is some of the fun stuff you've done?
Yeah, so during the first winter one, we actually had something come up with Joan and the Giants,
Yeah.
but
wow.
I was sick, so I wasn't able to. I think they were part of one of their music videos or something like that.
Okay.
So, but unfortunately, didn't get to be a part of that. But at the end of the year, I was talking to you about the thing that came up with the Angels, and yeah, with
so cool.
that
Very cool.
that was very cool.
Can you
and-
look up the Angels? Am I ever going to see your
Yes,
face
the
again?
classic.
Yeah. That would have been so cool to be in the choir, to hang out with the Angels.
I know. I know. It was very cool. But yeah, that just came up. Yeah, like I said, we had 1 week to learn 8 songs or something like that. They had reached out
Oh, you might
to
have
our
to mute
choir,
it. Yeah.
and yeah, they just gathered a bunch of us. And so yeah, we just got up. It was at the Perth Mess Hall,
Yep.
and that was
It's good
really cool to do.
And so, how long have you been a part of the choir for again? So,
Since 2022.
yeah, 22.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good solid 2 years then.
Yeah.
And
So
you're not stopping then? It's so much fun. Might as well keep going.
yeah, I definitely will keep going. It just uplifts me, and
Yeah.
the people there are just
good community.
just great people. I mean, they all do different things, but we're all just come together to sing.
That's what's so cool though sometimes, right? It's like a sport, but it's like everyone, you might be an engineer, you might be an art director, you might be movie director or whatever it could be, but then you just go and hang out and then you go and play sport together.
I know.
Or you go sing in the choir together.
Yeah.
It's very cool stuff.
I know, and like there are people who work FIFO and they'll just do it on on their off weeks and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, okay.
engineers, teachers, journalists,
Yeah, just all sorts of stuff.
all sorts, and they just find the time to sing, and they love it. There's been people there for so long, but yeah, it's called Menagerie, by the way. So if you ever want to
Menagerie.
join
Can we Google it? So
indie pop choir,
has it got like a Facebook page or anything like that at all? Or?
yeah, I think they're on all socials, Facebook, Instagram. They probably also have a website, because that's how I found them.
Look up Menagerie Choir, yeah.
Choir Perth, might have to.
Yep, there we
Yeah,
go. Very cool.
yeah.
So
There you go, Facebook, Instagram.
What are some of the difficult songs you've learned then?
Probably when we do medleys,
Okay.
and that's a combination of, could be like 4 or 5 songs sometimes. And because I mainly do sight reading, like I can do a little bit of theory, but not too much. and I'm not familiar with all of the songs, whereas a lot of them do know the songs, so he helps them to like kind of remember it all, but probably the medleys, and they can just go on for pages, and when they start to change tempo, that's different, you know, because most songs have the same tempo throughout, but medleys, you know, just keep changing and the key signatures change. So
have you ever felt like almost like you've burnt your voice out at all at some stages where you're like losing your voice?
yes, there's definitely moments, but then it always comes back. Like I can definitely feel the strain sometimes, especially singing in soprano.
Yeah.
But when we did our Fringe Festival, we had to do 5 nights in a row. And after the first night, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, this might not be good.
And even just like trying to rehearse all the songs, I was like, oh, am I even going to be able to do this? But you do. It just rests and it comes back and
That's
stuff
good,
like that.
though.
But yeah.
Can we go on videos? See if there's any. I wonder if there's any videos of you.
I think
in
on
the-
YouTube,
On YouTube, okay.
they post.
Here we go, video. Here we go. Oh.
There we go.
It'd be so fun if we found one with you singing choir in it.
I think I wasn't a part of that one. I think I'm in. Yes, all of this XOX. That was my first Fringe Festival with them. Yeah. That was Go Your Own Way. I love this show so much.
Because since it's a choir,
Yeah.
it shouldn't flag. I don't think, because it's not the. You don't play the backing track to it, do you?
No, we just sing.
It's just singing, so that should work. Because sometimes, like, if we play music that is copyright, we can get striked and it gets taken straight off YouTube.
Ooh,
Or
no.
Facebook will, like, mute us for a bit and then might mute the wrong section of the video.
Oh, no.
So it could be, like, the first 15 minutes and that's all muted because they think the song's there. Like, it's terrible. They need to get their shit together.
Yeah, come on.
All right, let's have a look at this by Elizabeth Tan. So that's the teacher there, Elizabeth Tan, then, right?
Where am I? I think. Oh yeah, I'm in the back left corner. There I am. There I am.
Oh. That is
Everyone
so
just gets
cool.
so into it, and it.
There's so many people there.
I know.
There's a guy with the long hair in the front. He's really
He
into it.
loves it. I haven't seen him this season, but he's great.
So with her waving her hands around, can you decipher that for me? So what is it? 'Cause
So-
I know with the maestro they have the wand and be like, all right, trombones,
Yeah.
trumpets, like let's do this, let's do that. But with it's like
Honestly, she's incredible. Like, I don't know how she remembers. Like, she practices all those movements in the mirror. So it's a bit like us practicing the lyrics. Like, she has to learn all those movements. But it's keeping all the sections in time, making sure know when to introduce, you know, whether it's like soprano or the bass and stuff like that. And she also helps us to sing and just cue us in. I don't know how she manages to do all of that and remember it all, but yeah,
big job.
it is.
It's a very big job. And
Huge.
people don't think that as
No.
well. Like I would love to get a master on because, as I said, it's like they have the little wand and they
Yeah.
flip it around like Harry Potter almost.
I know.
But at the same time, there's a lot of work that goes
Yeah.
in behind that. Oh, what's she doing now?
Oh, this was the final one, so we got the crowd to sing with us and things like that.
Look at you rocking out as well.
Yeah.
On your back left there.
You just like
Just moving your
you
shoulders.
get into it so much. I mean, being up there, that was at the Heath Ledger Theatre.
Oh,
So that was
okay.
really cool to be able to
never been
perform
in there.
there.
I've always wanted to
Yeah.
go in there. Like, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks very cool.
That was a
We're
great
high on horse
opportunity to do it there. So yeah.
That's what a lot of people forget though as well. It's like when you go and do things like choir or being in a band or DJing or something in music and like you travel to a lot of places.
Yeah.
You do a lot of different things.
And you just never know what's going to come up. I mean, yeah, like the Angels just randomly contacting us and be like, hey, do you have a group of 40 people who just...
Local Australian band, but they're worldwide.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone knows that song. And they're like, hey, do you want to come sing with us?
I know. But yeah.
It's just amazing because you got... I know I asked you off camera, but you got to sing Am I Ever Gonna See You?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's incredible.
It was,
with the Angels.
It was exhilarating. It was so great. Yeah, I had so much fun, especially that song.
Well, everyone's just getting into it. Everyone's just so into it. But then, so with the band then, are you all, like, whenever you practice, is the band there, or is it sometimes just dead silent and you're just singing?
No, yeah, so during all of our rehearsals, most of the time it's just us.
Okay.
We did our winter show. We didn't even have any backings. You did not need it. Like, it is quite powerful. You'd be surprised. But this one, I think, we had a rehearsal on the Monday and then performing on the weekend, and they just came to that. So they only come to a couple performances, one or two right before we're about to go on. But
That's fair, yeah.
That one,
at least you can get used to it, kind of. So
yeah, that one was a bit hard trying to like navigate like around them and moving in and out of like our positions to the next spot. But the last one we did, they were kind of higher up, like it was up on the stairs, like around, so they were out of the way. So that was a lot easier. But yeah, I get a lot of joy listening to them as well, and they're so talented.
Did you ever get stage fright ever doing this? Because I can imagine, since it's a big group and everyone's into it, you kind of just like, all right, let's just do this, right?
You had to do it. I think I definitely was nervous. I think because you get up there and you think if you make a mistake, someone's gonna like point you out and just like hear it from a mile away. But you'd be surprised how much you can get away with when you're in a choir.
That's what's so funny as well. It's like with the DJing is if you make a mistake, people don't even notice.
No.
Unless the music stops for like a good 3 seconds, then they'll realise.
Yeah.
But you can stop the music for a second, 1 second, and people won't even care.
No.
And it's, similar thing, I guess, because everyone else is like, the harmony's there.
I know. They
So
just
then,
like, and they don't know what it's meant to sound like. But because you've rehearsed it so many, you're like, oh, it's
and you
bad.
have to try and pitch perfect almost.
Yeah. I mean, we did one, it was called Porch Fest. And
Porch Fest.
And people, it's like this street with all these historic buildings, and they're not allowed to do anything to them. They have to like and for one of the songs, we just kind of like kept looping the same section. We got so lost, and we were just like almost going around in circles, just like singing the same bit, and no one noticed.
Really?
Only someone who had been in the choir had thought, what's going on here? But people just listen with smiles, and
I have to say, so this is a little bit funny story, right? So it's very quick, but the house parties I was telling you about before.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine, he likes to troll everyone, and so Around the World by Daft Punk. So the song literally goes around the world.
Oh yes, okay, yeah,
Like,
I know. Yeah.
He played that for a full hour and a half. No one realised at the house party until it was like an hour and a half in. And then someone else was like, "Can you change it?" And what he was doing is like he had DJ deck there and there. So he had Around the World and Around the World. So he's DJing into Around the World and back into Around the World. So he was actually DJing and he was doing stuff, but he's playing the same song.
Hilarious.
So it was like, it was loud, it was a party, there was like 100 people there, and I'm like just listening to Around the World for an hour and a half.
And someone just was like,
yeah, it's like, we've heard this before. Can you change it though? Because obviously everyone's
I think
chatting.
it played once before. It's been playing for the last hour.
But people didn't realise.
No.
And like, I think I might have caught on, but I was like, let's just keep rolling. Let's see how pissed off people can get. But it just can be like that sometimes.
I know.
When you're on stage, people don't realise. They just don't realise.
No, because there's so much going on for them. And especially at a party, people just like in the moment, it's like playing in the background. And then I was at work the other day, and I was just like standing there, and I heard the same song within 10 minutes. And I thought, did I just hear this song? But it took me a while to catch on, and then someone came back and they were like, Did not anyone notice that this is just looping?
Just
At one
playing.
point, 2 radio stations like playing at the same time, but no one even picked up on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what happened at the end of this then? So you,
Oh, that's just like when we all like dance. That's kind of like our after thing as they're closing the curtains. So, yeah.
oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah,
That is really wholesome.
it is.
I'm like, there's so many people
I
there.
know.
So many people. But it just seems like everyone's just like
They love
into
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually is really, really cool. And so this is just at Perth Modern then.
This one.
But this is at Heath Ledger Theatre.
Yeah.
But then most practices at Perth Modern.
Oh,
then.
yeah, Perth
Yeah.
Modern. Yeah.
And so how did you find out about this again? Like
Through my auntie.
through your auntie?
Because she used to be a part of the choir. And
yeah.
it was great because one of the guys who has been there the most, his name is Mark, and when I messaged, he actually was like, oh, your auntie showed me around when I first joined, so it was kind of nice to go in there and have that connection already.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just makes everyone feel so welcome. Him and his wife Ellie, they're just, yeah, they're great assets to the choir, and they're just like the mum and dad of the choir, just making sure all the newcomers know where to go, what to do, and yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Though. It really is so cool because it's like a sporting team. It's not a sporting team. You're not versing other choirs.
No.
You just all come together and have a yarn and have a sing.
I know.
Kayla
Thank
thinks you're
you.
so cool.
Thank you, Kayla. She's like 10 years old, I think. 13? 13 now.
Oh, inspiration right there.
Thank you so much.
So then with the choir, how many times do you reckon you've been to the choir then? Like how many times in total? Because you've done how many seasons?
Like performances or?
Yeah, performances and like you haven't really missed many like practice sessions or anything like that, or?
Yeah, well, this one got quite sick. I just kept getting sick and just
Yeah.
like, so I was
This weather's been
about
shit, so-
about a month I wasn't able to go. I couldn't even tell you how many practices I've been to, but performances I've done 2 winter ones and 2 summer.
Yeah, okay.
So 4 now, yeah.
And so every single time you've done it, it's been so worth it.
Yeah. Even the rehearsals, everyone gets so excited when you like, sometimes you don't necessarily feel like going because it's, you know, at the end of the day, but once you get there, it's just so much fun. And yeah, people love it. I mean, people get really sad when it's not on. They just feel a bit lost on a Monday. We're like, what do we do? But yeah, so
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty cool.
yeah.
And
it
can you
is
see
pretty
yourself
cool.
doing it long term as well, or?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going. Yeah, it's great for my voice, and it's great to just like mix of people, and like I said, they're all doing different things. So yeah, but I definitely will continue it. I just have so much fun doing it. So yeah.
That's good. That's really good. So
Yeah.
like, you'd recommend it to anyone else as well?
I definitely would.
Yeah.
I definitely
dive into
would.
it.
Because yeah, there's just so many of us. So it's
Yeah,
not
it looks like fun.
yeah, it's like a whole festival there, like
Basically,
literally.
They look like 30, 40, 50 people literally just sing and Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
But yeah, no, I definitely would recommend it to people. And like I said, you don't actually have to know too much. You just have to, I guess, love singing, and
Yeah.
that's all it really is. And yeah, just get up there. And there's so many of us. And even if you get there and you're like, oh, this isn't for me, you just pull out.
Yeah. If you, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You don't know unless you try.
Exactly.
That's, you know, it's funny. That's, what was it? My roommate with me, my roommate were talking about this like last year or something. It's like, well, with girls, unless you approach them and ask them and talk to them, how do you know if they like you or not,
Yeah.
right? Unless you try, you don't know, right? But it's a similar thing with choir and all the other stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Just give it a go. And if you don't like it, but even I was a bit nervous because I didn't know what to expect for a choir.
Yeah, this is your auntie's just like, yeah, get in,
Yeah.
do it. And, you're like,
And
"Oh,
then
okay."
I was like, yeah, this is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm staying. This is awesome. But yeah, it's a lot
How
of fun.
was it for your first time then? Because then you walked in and you're like, oh, I don't know anyone. And then that guy approached you as well. Like you know, he knew your auntie and everything. But
Yeah.
like for your first like practice session, like what was it like getting amongst everyone and then following along?
I definitely found myself at the food table on the breaks because I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
This is like the high
yeah.
school ball where you just at the table like, you know, how's your night been? Yeah, it's good. And you hold the paper cup like, things are going right.
Yeah, just gonna go to the bathroom now. Yeah. But yeah, I was nervous, but it was nice because there were other people also joining. But I do remember being very like to myself, and they move at a quick pace.
Okay.
That's the thing. So you do have to put effort in behind the scenes and stuff like that, and they kind of just get right into it. But they have all the practice tracks, so if you are willing to put in the time, it's pretty easy. But when you first get there, being new to all of this, I've never knew anything about sheet music or anything like that. So I remember thinking, uh-oh, like, what have I done?
Yeah, how did I get myself into this?
Yeah, yikes.
Cheers, auntie.
Yeah. And there's soprano 1 and 2, so 1's the highest. And at the time I didn't know, but I'd put myself into soprano 1. I just sat in a section. I knew I was soprano, but turns out I really threw myself in the deep end. I just like went for 1, and at some of the notes I couldn't even hit. I was like, I don't even know if I can do this, but it just over time, it's amazing. Just practice, it just eventually flows and goes really well. So, but yeah, I was nervous for the first few times, but I think also because I was the youngest, a lot of people come to the rescue and they like want to introduce you and get you right into it. So
that's great though. That's
that.
where everyone looks out for everyone.
Yeah,
like, that's so important. That's what I say about the DJ industry and anything with music or any form of creative art. It's like, it's so good when others are welcoming and like, get involved, do this, do that. Like, I'll help you out if you want any practice. Like, you know, we can do this, or I can send you some tips or notes, or
I know, yeah.
When it's like that, it's so good. But when it's like, you know, you kind of have to push through that barrier, or there's like little groups, or, you know, like, unfortunately, because with the DJ industry, there's so, like, the best way to put it, I've said on a few episodes, is like, imagine you've got 5,000 DJs and you've got Perth. And you've got 11 nightclubs. How do you fit 5,000 DJs in 11 nightclubs? You can't.
Yeah.
So then all the toxicity and the jealousy and all the other things play into it. But then obviously, because like music and DJing, that's kind of like, some people treat it as a popularity thing instead of doing it for the actual music, like the thing I read you out before.
Yeah.
But then in saying that, I can imagine with quiet, there's no need. It's not you're versing another quiet saying like, we're better than you. It's like, you know, everyone's just there to have a good time. Yeah. And sing, you know, chill and hang out and stand around the food bar.
Yeah, that's the best part sometimes. People can bring some great snacks. So yeah.
Like fairy bread and
I love that bit. Oh, well, Mark, he always makes brownies. I don't think he misses a week. He's
so
always
cool.
making brownies. And yeah, some people can put together some really cool platters because it's a snack roster.
Yep.
So
it's a snack roster.
Yeah, there's a snack roster. Everyone gets
cool.
a turn.
Yeah.
And so you've got like savoury and sweet, and you just like sign yourself up for one of them.
I was about to say, because that would be a mess. Is like all those people are like, oh, I brought brownies today. I was like, oh, we've got 7 plates of brownies to go through.
Yeah.
Does anyone want another, or take a whole tray home?
Yeah. But yeah, it works out really well, and there's always like just food there, so it's great. It's great. It was great to start out with that. It was like my safety place at the start. So yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. So, what's one of the hardest songs you've had to do through the choir?
Hardest songs.
Right, to be able to hit the notes and make it work.
Ooh.
And do you ever sing at home? Because you know how you said like you got the app and you get the recordings and stuff. Like, do you ever like take it home and practice and rehearse and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. So you would just not be able to rock up and be able to wing it. Like there's, it's just no. Yeah. Especially like we did 10 songs for our winter, and then 10 songs for our summer. The hardest one, I'd have to say, was one of my favourite arrangements, but it was Dreams.
Oh, by Fleetwood Mac, or?
If you just type up Dreams, I'll be able to be like, yes, that's the one. But it wasn't the song itself, it was the arrangement.
No. So go the choir and then search through the YouTube page.
Oh, true. Never thought about that.
See, I'm onto it. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. Oh, that's cool. I love that song. That's from Kill Bill.
I wonder if it's on there. Dreams.
The Logical song? When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful. A miracle.
Is it coming up? No?
Huh? Maybe, yeah. Dreams, defense, remote, electronic access, and mobility. It sounds like Navy stuff.
Not Fleetwood Mac. Not the Cranberries.
That's fair. Kieran will find it.
Trying to remember now. But yeah, probably that one, and it was just because of the arrangement of it all and the guy who did it. I loved it so much, but he really made us go like high. And especially when you're singing so many songs, I think that was probably the hardest one I had to remember. There was just so much happening, but it was so great once it came all together. But I must admit that was probably one of the hardest ones to just memorize as well as sing. But yeah.
What about your favourite then? Your favourite one to do?
Favorite. I'd say probably Ride This Feeling.
Ride This Feeling?
Yeah, we did that the summer one, and then we did that the winter one as well. It's beautiful, and it changes at the end, and we go up, and just the harmonies. That would be one of my favourite songs.
So here's an interesting one for you. In doing choir, or even singing with other music as well, like the stuff you made, do you ever get goosebumps? Ever?
Yes.
So here, Google that. Music and goosebumps.
Yeah.
Have you ever Googled it or had a look into
No,
why you
I've
get
never.
goosebumps?
No.
So I get the same thing, but this is like through DJing and through all sorts of stuff. But look, piece of music or any other setting is called frisson. Wait, maybe, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it shows, it's a study, and it's like the frisson. Oh, what does it say? It's supposed to be like something really cool, where it's like music just resonates with you differently than others, in a way, than like the way others listen to music.
Yeah, because
you might have to summarize it, Kieran. If you want to have a read, you don't have to have a read if you don't want to. Yeah, that's a lot to read for the podcast. But there's something about it. I remember reading something about where it's like frisson from getting goosebumps from listening to music. It's like the way your brain is actually like hearing it is just like it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because I've never really thought about it. I just thought like, wow, this is incredible.
Because it's only certain songs, right?
Yeah, only certain songs, yeah.
Yeah. So what does it say? So emotional processing centers are better for most people being able to experience extreme emotions. Oh, beefier. Okay. But then look up maybe the benefits of singing, because I think of like...
Yeah, I read a statistic the other day, and it was about singing in a choir and doing things like that, and how much joy it can bring to you.
Yeah, like happiness. Yeah, there you go. Look,
yeah.
10 reasons singing is good for you. So sing in the shower if you don't.
Yes, singing is great, even if you're not a good singer. Just give it a go.
Yeah, just hum along, or enhances your lung capacity. Yeah. Yeah, beats stress and anxiety, improves memory. But is this all checked off by a doctor, or is this just like sing more? This is my review on singing. Lets you express yourself, or ain't that's the truth? Yeah.
I've never seen like these ones before, but I've heard ones about like great for mental health.
Well, it's emotion.
Yeah.
It's expressing emotion. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
Pitch, singing, vocals, but you're expressing how you are. You move your hands, you do this, you smile, you laugh, you giggle, you do all this, you do that. Increases your pain threshold and stimulates your immune response. Yeah, see, that's where I've also heard that apparently there's a study that people that smile and are generally more happy actually have a better immune system than people that don't.
I guess that makes sense.
Like
yeah.
laughing and smile, because they say as well, like stress can reduce your lifestyle, like your life.
Yeah.
And anxiety
definitely.
and like anything that's upsetting almost. But then being happy is the complete opposite. It's not so much they can extend your life, but you would just improve your life in general.
Oh yeah, almost. I mean, like, I guess your thoughts create your reality. So if you're uplifted, you're smiling, gets you through it. But yeah, I definitely would agree with that. But yeah.
So
It helps improve speaking abilities.
punctuation, maybe. Or something, I don't know. But then, so with your music, so then, like, because we've gone through choir now, so back to, like, the singles,
True.
right? So then, have you ever performed outside of choir, but performed your singles to anyone at all?
No, so I've never done that. My aim is to have enough songs so I can do things like that, like open mics, or
Yeah.
there's even a thing called Fire in Your Belly.
Okay.
I think, is that the Engine Room or something like that?
Fine. Never heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can like get up and perform and just invite like family and friends like that. So there we go. But yeah, someone in my choir was telling me about this. But yeah, that's the goal, to kind of have enough songs for like just a set list to be able to start doing performances, because that's what the goal is for sure.
Yeah, start getting into performances. And
Yeah.
Because like even doing solo, like if you've learnt the guitar, solo acoustic acts, you can make a decent amount of money from it, but it is also so much fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a girl called Emily Joy at all?
I don't think so.
So Emily, she travels around. She's a solo acoustic. She's obsessed with Taylor Swift. Her whole thing's kind of like based on Taylor Swift almost. But she does sing of like other songs. But she also has like she's now doing a pull her up. She's really on Instagram. She's not that big, but look at her Facebook though. It's like 90,000 people follow her.
She's Australian or?
Yeah, she's from Perth.
Perth. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, she's from here. And so I met her at Scarborough Beach Bar when I was DJing there once. And then I bumped into her when I was working up north, because she actually got the contract through Rio Tinto to go to all the mine sites and go and sing to the mine sites. Now, when it comes to mining, right? When it comes to mining, you put your normal price in, but you add 70% to it, basically, because they pay for they're mining companies.
Yeah.
So she was going up there, treated like a country princess, basically.
Amazing.
But through that, she got to go to the whole Australian outback, and she does it every year, and she loves it, honestly. And I really think she's not far off from getting big time.
Yeah.
I've
That's
got
amazing.
100,000 followers.
Yeah.
Like, that's not bad.
What a great thing to do. Just
Yeah.
like travel and just
Sing country songs, basically.
like
But
her, is she doing like her own songs, or is this like?
So she, believe it or not, I've messaged her a couple of times. Be like, hey Em, you should come on the podcast, because like if I see her, say hi. Yeah, Sassy might jump on your lap, maybe.
I can
Yeah.
see making the
Yeah, he's
eye
trying.
contact. Yeah, he's trying.
But if you scroll down, like, so she just does covers. So we're just doing covers. She does them well, but she does like country festivals. She does this. She does that. Like, she's a cool girl.
Yeah,
so, like,
no,
there
that's
you are. There
great.
she is there, like, doing a kids party and stuff. But
That's awesome.
she loves what she's doing.
That's the most important thing, is doing what you love.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Do what makes you happy. You really got to do what makes you happy, because if you do stuff that you don't enjoy, then like what we were saying before, it's like, if you don't enjoy it, then it's a struggle. You don't like it.
Yeah.
It can bring you down.
Yeah.
But if you're doing things you love, it's like what I said about the DJing. I wouldn't trade anything in the world for it,
No.
because like to make people smile and dance and have a great time, it just means so much to me. Honestly, means so much to me. But anyway, like, we sidetracked again. Sorry. Can we pull up your singles by any chance? Like, so.
Yeah, sure, you can. So that was...
Because this is at the beginning. So you did a music video for this.
Yes. So I actually wasn't going to do that. We had decided on the day I just got my photos done a week before, and I was going back to just get some, I think it was my Spotify Canvas video.
Okay.
And maybe some promotional videos. And then just in discussing it all, we realized that we would be gathering enough footage for a music video. And Jeremy had brought it up. She even asked when I first spoke to her. So I was like, okay, let's just do this. Let's just do a music video, so I at least have something to put up on YouTube, and then I don't have to do it for like every single, kind of just like get it over and done with.
Did you pay for this at all, or like?
I just like paid her, and then she shot it on the day. But yeah, fully just did it in the very moment. Had decided, okay, this is what we were going to do. I was really nervous.
No, I'm not surprised. Music video, your first music video.
Yeah, my first song and also a music video. But yeah, my mum was there at the time, and I just like whispered to her, I was like, please, like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, it's too late now.
Yeah, you gotta, like-
and then Jess is like, okay, now catch the emotion, and then off we went. So yeah, I just did it in the moment. So we just.
Is this Jess? What's her Instagram handle again? I think I know her. So she does photography and videography, right?
Yes, she
Yeah, I
does.
think I know this Jess,
Yeah,
actually.
she's on Instagram.
Yeah, because I hit her up about the podcast and I was like, you should come on. That's really cool if she did your music video.
Yeah, I think her name is in the
credits?
It
Can we
should
scroll down?
definitely be in the credits.
What's her name?
There we go.
Jess, yeah.
At the top.
Yeah, Waringa. Yeah.
Waringa, yeah.
Jess, if you're watching, I did message you like 2 months ago,
Yeah.
3 months ago. You should come on.
Yeah, she's great to work with, and
Look, she seems very talented.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
very creative,
Yeah.
and just the things she does. And I mean, considering we didn't really have too many ideas for this, and just to suddenly get this all done, I was like, yeah, very impressed.
So what is the story behind the music video clip before we play it?
The story behind this one.
Because it goes like, so it pairs with the song, right? Mm-hmm. But then like...
Behind the music video, I guess what we were...
it's difficult to, yeah?
Let me think about this one.
Well, let's play it and then we'll talk about it after.
Yeah, I think it maybe, I have to admit, it's been a while since I've watched this, so now I'm trying to gather and be like...
All right, well, here we go. Where's me phone to turn down?
We met at 15, full of energy, full of love. Our bodies buzzing, we are flying, we can't get enough.
Alright, it's all coming back to me now. Now I can remember.
Convinced you were perfect, you were my fitly strong. Then you went for her, made my stomach turn, it was all gone. I wish I knew what would come with you, and all those tears that came from loving you. To be honest, it still makes me cry. That loving you came with no I hate that I loved you. Most of all, I hate the fact that I still tried with you.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool to do it at the time. And just see how it all came together, because you video just sections at one time, and then just she chops and changes it, and yeah.
To be honest, it still makes me cry. That loving you came with no
Wow. Very cool. Very, very, very cool, I have to say.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. But I just remember thinking, because even though it was a sad song, I mean, I didn't really feel sad writing it, so that was hard to kind of necessarily tap into, but I didn't. Yeah, I remember thinking, okay, I don't want to wear, because this was deciding like, okay, what is my image going to be? And I love dressing up. That's actually made by a small business, and I wore that when I was 18 to a festival, and I always just remember looking at it, I'm like, I want to wear that again. And my mum suggested, just like, why don't you wear this like that for the music video? But yeah, I just remember we wanted it to be simplistic, because it wasn't, you know, there wasn't like really drum beats. It wasn't like a high energy song.
Yeah,
so
only
just
till the end, basically. Yeah.
yeah, just kind of like pulling it back, simple, you know, at the start kind of depicting how it felt, and like, you know, how it all starts off like in a relationship, like, you know, on a high, and then the chorus just basically cuts, and yeah, like I said before, just looking back and thinking like, yeah, I could have done without that one. But yeah, I feel like I wasn't really too focused on my own situation. I felt like I was just so excited to write my first song that I think I was really caught up in all of that. And there's so much more to a song than just the lyrics.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
So
100%. That's why I was asking about the music video clip.
Yeah.
Because like we've had guests on in the past, like most of them just hip hop artists.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you know, the hip hop, it's like there's maybe singing about an ex or this or that or whatever the case is. But then it's like they've got cars, they've got guns, well, not guns, but plastic guns, they got this, they got that, and like balaclavas. And like, okay, so how does that match up with that? And then like talking about the, you know, in between basically.
Yeah.
But that was cool though, because I reckon that was more so about the song.
Yeah.
And then also like showcasing as like, this is you and this is your song.
Yeah.
Instead of like showcasing a story.
Yeah.
The song is the story.
And so I definitely feel like, because I said to her, because I sent her the song, and I was like, I don't want to be like sitting down playing the guitar like in nature, like that typical like I want boss girl vibes, like I want like empowering, but also conveying the emotion of the song, but as well as just like getting up there and just setting up and just doing it.
How was it being filmed like that though? Because you're like dancing, you're doing your thing, but it's like multiple cuts, and it was over one day, right?
Yeah, she did it in just over an hour.
Just over an hour?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she just goes through different sections. So she'll do like the work on the chair, and then the work of me laying down, and then another thing we moved to, I think it was just like the other wall, and we had like the black smoke going and like the smoke machine. And so we did cuts with that. But that's why it was really interesting to see how
the result,
the result. I was like, wow. And then she also had this cool idea. She had like this crystal that she held in front of the camera, and that's how that created those like first few shots. So that was really interesting, because obviously from my perspective, I just had no idea.
Yeah, you just standing
how I was
there,
gonna,
and she's like wiggle or something. I'm like, all right, do a dance. That's cool though. Like,
she just kind of guided where I went and guided some of it, and then I just also, because she said just listen to the song and tap into that and how it makes you feel and just all those bits. And so I also just improvised. It was really just improv on the spot.
That's
but
awesome,
it was a lot of fun to do that, and I think it was a huge confidence builder to just like get in front of the camera like that.
Because like, you know, I mean, sure, you can get like photo shoots and stuff like that, but that's dancing in front of a camera.
I know.
and then getting it cut up.
Very.
And you're sitting there like, I hope it's gonna be good.
I know. You're like, because I knew it was gonna be good, but I didn't realize there would be so much going on, and that she was going to be able to put so many of that in. Yeah. Because you think like we just took an hour to an hour and a half long of footage, and now she's got to put that into 3 minutes. So, but my mum kind of knew. She was like, she got a lot of footage, and so, but for me, it was kind of hard to picture it, especially being the one filmed.
That's what a lot of people don't realize. Yeah. It's like, you know, like when you do stuff like that, it could be like a whole day's worth.
I know.
They could get 5 hours worth of footage, but then they turn that into 3 minutes. Like, how do you cut that up? How do you sit there and watch the whole thing back again? Oh, that scene there, we'll use that one, we'll put that, and then storyboarding it, so you know the intro and the outro, and how it like just comes together. It's like, it's talent.
Yeah.
It can be very,
Very talented, but
talented.
and like I think we did a few run-throughs of me just, I was lip syncing at the start, but then she was like, just sing it.
Yeah.
So I was singing it as I could hear my song, just so it could come across more natural.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she just chopped those bits into it. So yeah, it was really great to do.
Made the magic happen.
Yeah.
And so then your second single.
Second single.
So what's the second one? What's the name for it?
So it's called Time to Go.
Time to Go.
So this song is really about taking back control and feeling that empowerment, and just like the lyrics say, I'd rather be on my own. And that's exactly what it is. This one was really interesting though. Jeremy recommended, because I was like, okay, I've done the music video for the first one, what's something different? So we did a lyric video. Jess did that as well. She did my photos and everything.
So lyric video, so it's just a picture with lyrics on it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my cover up for my song.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
When I did the photo, I was like trying to like box it in perfectly. But really cool photo though.
That was great. I definitely had a lot more inspiration and like I learned a lot from the first one, so I was able to kind of guide it a bit more. I really liked the idea of kind of looking into a mirror and kind of walking away and things like that, because I knew I had my Spotify Canvas video, so I just like drew inspiration from like other songs that I kind of really liked, but just like obviously I didn't want to copy it or anything, so I can't even remember which song I was listening to, but I just saw this kind of like mirror thing that was going on. I was like, that's really cool. And then I just thought, why don't I write the title on the mirror with lipstick? So I did that. And then she just got some photos like right at the end as we were wrapping up, just like me looking in the mirror. Because at the start, I didn't know, I thought that was just going to be in the Spotify Canvas. I didn't know that would be the cover art. And she just took that and I was like,
cool photo for cover art.
Yeah, it's a great photo. And she was able to brighten up the time to go, so that came through a bit more. But
that's very
it's a lot of fun. And I just brought that mirror from home.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like, how big actually was it? Is it clunky to fit in your car?
No, it's probably like this. It's just like a makeup mirror.
Yeah, okay.
It's my sister's, and I was like,
if it's like this big, you're like,
no, it wasn't gonna work. Yeah. But it was really easy to. It was great, but I really enjoyed this one. I must admit, I loved.
And so, how long did it take you to write it as well?
Well, so this one, I'd just come back from Europe. I'd written my first one, and I felt like I had this writer's block, and I was just like, what do I write about? What do I write about? And I remember someone in my choir had told me about this thing called Songwriting Club, and I looked into it. It's just an online course. Okay. I'm not sure where she's based. Yeah, so I think it's one word, but it'll come up if you just that one.
Okay, Songwriting
Yeah.
Club.
So someone in my choir had done it, and she had written a song, and she just like really enjoyed it. She was like, it's great to just, get into writing. And so there was a 10-week course coming up, and like a week from when I had found it. And I thought, okay, let's just do this. And then, so it was 10 weeks, and there was a theme each week, criteria, and basically you had 1 hour. So you had 1 hour to write the song with an instrument, send it in. So this one was, Time to Go was week 5, and the theme was blue. I was only allowed to write it using 2 chords, and I had to rhyme, I think, like the verses in a certain format. I had to have a double verse, chorus, bridge. So Yeah, I actually wrote this song in half an hour, just under half an hour. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's impressive then. Yeah.
yeah, it was really interesting because I think, you know, you can spend so much time overthinking it because you're in a group. So there was like a group of 4 or 5 of us, and each week we send it in and we get feedback from it. But it's just we all had the same struggle of kind of just like overthinking it, like not just writing, like you'd overthink it and then you've just got nothing in front of you. So this was just kind of getting into the habit of like writing just about like anything. So yeah, the theme was blue, and I chose, it was F major and C major. So I just kept going back between those two because you've only got an hour. So I was just like, let's go, let's do this. And I just started thinking like, okay, blue. I'm feeling blue. That just was the kind of, yeah, exactly. And then it was not even, I just was so in the moment for that song. And I just went pen to paper, and that's when I wrote the first line of the verse was "There's no satisfying your needs," and because then I had to kind of rhyme it. Yeah, it's so interesting how you pull these things out of thin air. Like it just comes so easily, like when you're in the moment, and also when you have a time pressure. But I was very surprised. But yeah, wrote it in the half an hour with the 2 chords, and then at the end of that, it just kind of like was sticking in my head, and I thought, I really like this song, and I'd got really nice feedback from it, so I thought, let's make this number 2. And yeah, then I didn't really, at that point, I think I just had like R's and stuff or O's for the bridge, so I only had to come up with the lyrics for those ones, but the rest of the lyrics were already written. I tried to change bits, but I found that what I had originally come up with was the best way. Yeah, and obviously I didn't want to just have the 2 chords. So
because just 2 chords is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a challenge. And so yeah, at that point I just took it away, worked on the guitar, went to my guitar teacher, and he helped me to just like change the dynamics, because obviously I didn't want just like strumming the whole way through the same consistency. That's
it. It would have sounded a bit bland.
Yeah.
Same chords.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like going back and forth and stuff. So yeah, I just worked on it and really changed it and brought it to life. But yeah.
And so then guitar teacher. So how long have you been seeing a guitar teacher for?
Well, I found that through. I had a guitar teacher, and then this one I found through my choir again. I just asked my teacher if she knew
anyone.
If she knew anyone, and that's when she found Ben, and he was just the best thing. He's so great. I'm just able, even the 3rd song that I've written, I forgot what chords I used because I was doing like add 9s, add 7s, all different things, and I just like couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I just took it to him. I was like, please
help me out.
Help me.
And
what am I playing? Yeah. He was able to just pick it up on the spot. And this one, because his instrument is electric guitar, but he can do all of them acoustic, bass. And he was kind of, when I first showed him on the song, I had the acoustic, he had the electric, and I really liked the sound of it, and that's when I decided that I wanted my 3rd song to be on electric guitar. So that's really exciting, because I do have one at home, which my uncle had lended me, but just like sat there. I had not really done anything with it, and so that's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm
so how many other songs have you got in the pipeworks at the moment?
2 at the moment. So I've got my 3rd one written, and just like finalizing bits, harmonies, etc., and then writing the 4th one.
Awesome.
So yeah.
And so you're going to put an album together, or an EP, or?
At the moment I'm just doing singles because
singles work.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but albums don't sell anymore. But they do if you're a Skrillex. But if you're huge, or Taylor Swift or something. Yeah. But then singles are the way to do it.
And also like EPs. Even with EPs, that is definitely a goal, but you can only really promote one song.
Yeah, on the EP.
So,
Technically, yeah.
and they kind of have to all follow like a storyline,
Yeah.
which is, this is like kind of just going in all sorts of different directions at this point. So, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
probably just stick to doing the singles, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's play your second song. And we're running out of time. We've only got like maybe 5-10 minutes left, to be honest.
Oh, wow, it goes quickly.
Yeah, it goes very quickly. That's what I was saying, is we did like a 3.5
Yeah.
4 hour podcast. It was like, didn't even realise, basically. The first podcast we actually ever did, when the cameras first rocked up, we had drinks in here. We went for 7 hours.
7 hours.
On my own personal Facebook, and then it got taken down because my mates were drunk singing Oasis Wonderwall.
I was going to say, were you
Into-
passed out by the end of this
it was
7 hours?
bad. We were so drunk. But Facebook flagged us for singing Wonderwall. So that, like, my mates were, I wasn't. We just had it playing in the background, but
Yeah.
it picked up the backing and then the vocals through the microphone.
And then just
And like, bam, took that down.
the whole video?
Yeah, took the whole video down. Copyright strike.
7 hours of work.
Yeah.
Just, no, bye.
We were very drunk.
Yeah.
We were very, very drunk. But yeah, let's play this. So this is called Time to Go.
Time to go, yes.
There's no satisfying your needs when they change on the day. I think it's time for me to go. 'Cause being with you makes it feel alone.
I like that.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite bits too. My sister says the same thing.
I did my best, giving everything to you. Even on days when I'm feeling blue, I think it's time for me to go. It's my time to be in control. Oh, I'd rather be on my own. Oh, at least that way I can smile every day and I'll give you a chance to take that away. I'd rather be on my own. Picked up the pieces while you stood on mine.
Oh, I think it's stuck there. Oh, there we go.
It's my time to heal myself.
Very cool. It is very cool.
I'd rather be on my own. At least that way I can smile every day and I can give you a chance to take that away. I'd rather be on my
It's pretty cool.
Sleepless nights, wondering how I'll make it through this. I'd rather be on my own.
Yeah, your vocal range is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
especially in this one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool. Damn.
it wasn't as high as the first one, so it was a
But
bit
no,
more
it was, like, it was
comfortable. But
good.
yeah,
It was a good tone. And
yeah,
like, honestly, that's incredible.
yeah.
Well, I can
Thank
see
you.
that song going far, to be honest.
Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, I loved. Just it made me feel like confident, empowered, and I think it really reflected the story well.
Mm.
And yeah, I love the bridges of every song. I think it's just a way to kind of really highlight how I feel, but except sometimes I listen to them, I'm like, whoa,
Whoa, did I
you've
write
been
that?
through it. Yeah. Like, okay.
But it's good, like, in a way. It's like with singing and with like vocals and stuff, it's like you can really just like get either what's on your chest, or
Yeah.
you can like really express what's going on in your life. Like for me, I've always found that with DJing, if I'm down the dumps, depressed, whatever's going on, breakups, this, that, whatever the case is, when I go and play music, it just makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And just like we were talking about with singing, but it's like when you watch this song back and
Yeah.
it could be 5 years, you're like, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, and then like, you know, it's there now. I mean, it's on the internet, but you've got it.
Yeah.
How is it actually re-listening to your voice though? Like, do you find like, because it's like when you first did it, you're like, that's me. Like, this is what I actually sound like on YouTube now. Like,
Yeah, like the very first time or this song?
very first time, and then or even
The
the
very
song, or-
first time, I think, because mostly I just been like, had my voice memos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I'd never really didn't know much about like reverb, or never sung into like a proper microphone with like soundboards to protect the sound.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah. It's
this is
different.
a lot better than I expected
Yeah,
it to
you
sound like.
incredible. Yeah.
And then this one, I think I was very happy because it's almost like almost a year later, and my vocals have come quite far since the last one.
Yeah.
So I was very pleased with this one. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
sounds
was
really good.
excited for it, and I love like the harmonies at the beginning. I really enjoyed that. But it's amazing how many like bits and pieces go into it that you wouldn't necessarily hear.
That's it. Yeah.
And
Like just the bass, how it comes in like that. And
Yeah.
Like the actual like the strumming part, like when it's like it went from chords to just like do.
Yeah.
So very cool. Very,
Yeah.
Very cool.
but yeah, no.
Constructed well and like, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
So, last question before we go, I have to ask. So, what is your inspiration for music-wise? Like, what are your favorite artists?
My
Like,
favorite artist.
because like you sound similar to Joan and the Giants almost, because it's like it's very soulful, it's
Yeah.
harmonic, it's like it's from the heart, it's not rock and roll, it's
No.
not hip hop, it's like it's soul music almost, I would say, but
That
not,
one,
not jazz but soul.
yeah. Well, interesting. The fourth one I'm writing, I definitely can hear like some jazzy tones coming
Okay,
through
okay.
that.
Yeah.
I find that it's really hard because I think I've just listened to so much music. I definitely think Lana Del Rey would be one,
Yeah, Lana
and
Del Rey's
Adele.
incredible. And Adele. Oh,
I love
Adele.
and I'm a huge Billie Eilish fan.
Yeah. No,
So
very cool.
I think, but I tend to try and listen to songs from other genres because I don't want to end up like copying it. And I
Yeah.
think when you're listening to, like, let's say I was just like listening to Billie Eilish, I remember going to write a song one time. I was like, oh, no, this is like, I can hear it.
Yeah.
And so I try and listen to a lot of like pop music, like Doja Cat, like Kendrick Lamar, just to kind of keep
Yeah.
being creative and just go on my own journey. But I definitely, yeah, I've always loved artists like that. Coldplay
Yeah.
when I was growing
Like
up.
London Grammar or anything as well, or
Interesting. I did listen to a lot of London Grammar when I was younger.
yeah, yeah. Because once again, it's like it's soulful music.
Yeah.
It's like really like spoken word. Florence and Machine, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of that. It's yeah, I never really focused on lyrics.
Yeah.
Only now have I
Yeah,
really
okay.
within the last few years. But before that, it was really I was a beats person. I remember saying to my
Beats
sister, a
person.
beats person. Like I remember saying to my sister, like I can't even tell you the lyrics in any of these songs. Like I don't listen to the
It just
lyrics.
goes doof, doof, doof.
Yeah, I just like loved electronic music like Flume,
Yeah.
Disclosure. So that's a lot of what I listen to. But as you get older and things become like more like life experiences relatable, then you start like getting into the lyrics and stuff like that. But
That's it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, very
How
interesting.
it's gone.
Well, you should definitely come back on.
I
in
definitely
the future,
will. Thank
and then,
you.
Like, you know, we can go through all the new music you release
Yeah.
and like everything like that. And if you ever want production to help as well, so I live with a guy called Ewan,
Yeah.
E-Putty, And so he did Lab 6, but he also went to SAE as well.
Oh, cool.
And he is very talented.
Yeah.
Very talented. He does make more like a glitchy electronic music, but he does everything.
Wow.
He doesn't do like vocal coaching, but he can
Yeah.
help auto-tune, he can help do production, he can help do mastering, he can do everything.
Wow.
Really
It's
talented.
incredible.
Yeah, really good.
They are talented. I mean, to do the production, the mixing and the mastering, there's so many stages to it.
So
I
many
mean,
stages.
yeah.
And it's like producing a song is one kettle of like
Yeah.
one can of worms, but mastering is another can of worms. Like, and Kieran can probably back me up on that, right? Like, mastering is very difficult sometimes. Well, it's different. It's different to production. So
Yeah, I mean, I sit through the mix and master because I like to be a part of it, like all of it, and I just watch them and I'm like,
yeah.
Like,
How?
how? Like I can tell you what sounds good and what doesn't, and like which different effects, but just knowing what to do, yeah, I love watching it.
Yeah,
But
it's engineering.
yeah, sound engineering. So
Literally
yeah,
sound engineering.
but yeah.
But thank you so much, Cara, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
This
It's
has
been so much fun.
It's been
yeah.
good fun. I told you.
Yeah.
See, like, if anyone's watching, right, like, you know, almost, I'd say, like, 6, 7 out of 10 guests that come on, they get nervous or a bit anxious. But then as soon as they finish, like, damn, that was fun.
Yeah, let's go again.
Let's
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. So
Well,
thank you.
I'm glad you came on.
Thank you for
so,
having me.
Yeah, you got amazing music, and I'll get you
Thank
back on in
you.
the future, and we'll see
Yeah.
what's going on. So,
Awesome. Thank you.
So next week we have, let's have a look. What even is the date? It's August.
Janine.
Janine.
Yes.
Oh, Toxic Data.
Oh, Toxic Data.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Janine's in 2 weeks.
Carly Pearson.
Kylie Pearson.
Oh, it was Janine SPL.
No.
No.
Wait. I'm getting old.
Yeah, see, this is... Yeah. I need to have a look at the schedule. Unfortunately, as well, next week we were supposed to have a lady called Katie come on.
Yeah.
But I rescheduled her once and I didn't mean to. But then I had to reschedule her again because then, like, I double booked. And, like, it's difficult running a schedule when you're booked up until November.
Yeah.
So, trying to fit people in, like, no, I want to get you in sooner. But then at the same time, like, this is going on. That Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, no, I was lucky. I must admit, I
Yeah.
just messaged at the right time.
Right
It was like
time.
a month.
Because when I hit you up about it, I was like, all right, well, these are the dates
Yeah.
available. Like, first in, best dressed.
Yeah, and I was like, bang, 1st of August. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep, locked in, away we went.
Yeah.
So, and here we are.
Here we are.
But thank you.
Thank you. Also,
And we will see you guys next week with Toxic Data or
It is Toxic Data. Biomalware.
Biomalware.
What's his name? Timmer.
Timmer? I don't know. Cool guests are coming on next week.
we'll have
see.
someone.
Yeah, we'll have
There'll be someone,
There'll
yeah.
be someone. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Cheers for watching. Catch ya. Come.